today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. The New England Patriots taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, the radar says the heavy stuff still a few hours away, but snow is falling as we near kickoff at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
We know the arm strength is certainly there. He's got a big-time cannon for an arm, and that's not a surprise. He's the son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team towards the playoffs?
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now Edwards-Helaire. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Run to the sideline and incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Patriots take over.
So here come the Patriots to take over on offense.
And you ain't got nothing on me.
Without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At at the Chiefs' 48-yard line.
2nd and 11. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. To Michelle on the screen. Not much there, only a yard. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill.
This game's so fucking whack.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 47 yards. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we have the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out?
I literally didn't press the button.
Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Oh, where to take it?
Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
At the 37-yard line.
They'll run with Michelle. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
But I can't fucking pick that. It just makes me stand there.
First down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Going up top. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get that to Edwards-Helaire out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Mahomes on target there to Hill. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First down, Chiefs.
Mahomes to throw once more. Gets this one to Hill. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
It's on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 28-yard line.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
A gain of 1 yard. And the first
To throw, it's Mahomes. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Mahomes will try again on second down. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
His pass caught at the 4. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
That skinny-ass bitch just stiff-armed Gilmore.
And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Harrison Butker on for the point after.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
So the Patriots coming out now. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Get things settled down a little bit.
Wow!
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete. The passing game.
Alright, let me just talk on the real quick. 2K needs to be able to make a fucking football game, because this shit is fucking ridiculous, man. When you get stupid ass shit happening like this 24-7 in this game, come on, man.
They're going to try and throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Don't give him nothing.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess right now as we look at some of his struggles today, the turn next play really... New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned... They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
sack.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Jacob Hollister as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half two after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw here. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there at 22. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's in. Touchdown.
Surprised I didn't fumble that into the fucking end zone.
Touchdown run. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Here's Mecole Hardman. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. He takes this for 3 to the 29. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Going to throw. And it's complete.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
If that's me, though, it's a fucking interception all fucking day.
A new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 3 on the play. 1st down, Chiefs.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And the second.
Oh, are you sure he didn't break through and fucking gain 12 yards?
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to roll it out.
That surely was pass interference.
Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Back now in Foxborough. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll take this to the other side.
Oh, but the clock's still gonna run even though I went out of bounds.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. His throw caught at about the 5. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Jacob Hollister, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Patriots are back within a score. And his kick is right through.
Let's go. You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about what the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Fucking running left the whole time, and it fucking's trying to make me go right. Like, what in the fucking shit is this fucking game, man?
All 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And that's McCoy, who is still down following the play. Appears shaken up. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Now Mahomes looking for the end zone. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So the Patriots now down by 6, 1:40 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
He's back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
That's good for the Patriots.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Showing 18 seconds now to go. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up.
I fucking had him.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early, and then you kind of relax a little bit, to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the
Let's go!
for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds.
Taken in the end zone.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Pats, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the...
I have no clue how I fucking pulled that shit off, but let's fucking go!
Here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.